hear me good?
I can hear you good, man. I can hear you great.
Alright, cool.
All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, we got the one, the only West Coast finest and legendary individual. We got Pizzo live on the line. How are you doing this evening?
Hey, what up, Canada?
I gotta say, first and foremost, man, I've been a fan of yours for many, many years. So just thank you for giving us a little bit of your time this evening.
I appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me, for real, for real.
But I gotta ask you, man, like taking you back to the beginning, like what actually inspired you to get into the music industry initially?
Initially, I started rapping because I had a cousin that got killed, and he was like heavily into music, like hella years ago, and he was starting to get into rapping. So when he got killed, it was just kind of like a, like I'm gonna do that for him.
And I want to say, man, just my sincere condolences pertaining to that situation, man. But I gotta say, you're most definitely making him proud today. I'll tell you that for a fact.
Oh yeah, this was like in '89, so you feel me, like '88, '89.
And also, man, I know you probably got asked this a lot, but the one thing, me personally, I've always wanted to hear for myself was how did you get the legendary name Pizzo? Like, I gotta say, because you're such a legendary artist within the West Coast, man. I've always wanted to hear, on my platform, how you actually achieved your name.
Well, basically, when I was in high school, I ran with a little crew or whatever, and we all had little nicknames. So I was in electronics class, and then I just liked the way it sounded. It was a word called piezoelectric. It was pronounced a little different, but I just liked the way it sounded, so I just gave myself that nickname, and then when I started rapping, I just used that.
And you know what? It's also good as well, because instead of using the exact same thing that you read, you kind of gave it your own little twist and your own little touch and feel to it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think it's pronounced Pizzo or P-I, something, I don't even remember.
Hey, but you know what, man? You took it, you ran with it, and I gotta say, man, look at you now.
For sure.
And you actually relocated to Shy Sun City right before the earthquake of '89 that actually happened. I was wondering, did you actually experience that catastrophic earthquake? And if so, man, can you tell our listeners a little bit of insight on what went down that crazy day?
Yeah, it's actually pronounced Sun City, and yeah, I remember that day very vividly. We had just moved out there, and all of a sudden the house started shaking, and it was real deep, and I remember it was really shaking. Like I thought it was the end of the world. Then however many seconds it was, I don't remember how many seconds it was, but after it stopped, I was just like, oh my god. Then turn channels and seeing what was going on. It was like, wow.
And I remember, like, obviously I wasn't there to experience it, but I've seen like old news reports and whatnot, and I even saw that I believe it was the San Francisco, one of the highway bridges actually collapsed, and it actually during one of the Oakland games, you know what I mean, it knocked out all the lights and whatnot.
Oh yeah, one of them collapsed. Like one of the double-decker bridges actually collapsed on top of each other.
I gotta say, that's crazy, man. I gotta ask, does that happen a lot actually out there on the West Coast? Because I do know that you guys get some earthquakes, but do you guys always get them that bad?
I mean, I don't recall experiencing anyone at that magnitude since then.
And also, back to the music side of things, you also joined Sibo's label, AWOL. I was wondering, how did yourself and Sibo actually initially get connected?
It was just through a mutual family member of the owner of the label that I had met and went to school with, and he introduced me to him, and that's how I met them and got connected with them.
And one thing I've always wanted to know as well, like after a short time, I believe you were working on your debut album, but you actually left AWOL. I was wondering, what made you actually leave AWOL to actually sign with Strong Island Records? And of course, what made you decide to leave, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, at the time, you know what I mean? During that era, I was just really eager and really hungry to get my music out there, and trying to build on the little bit of success that I had already with AWOL and being on Sibo albums and Marvelous' first debut album. And so, I was just wanted to get out there quick, and then I just, it wasn't happening fast enough in my eyes at that time. because you know what I mean. We still had Dual Committee at that time and a couple other artists, so I just decided to dip out to something that was ready to push and focus on me at that moment.
And I most definitely agree. Sometimes you have to branch out to really actually get that push, you know. And I don't blame you for doing what you have to do, man. Especially back then in the '90s, the music industry was really just a survival of the fittest.
Right, yeah, exactly. So I mean, you know, I wouldn't have actually changed it because it led me to being on this interview with you, and you know what I mean. So it's, you know, if I hadn't done that, and no telling would have been different.
And also, man, speaking of the Heater Man record, man, I gotta say that album is absolutely phenomenal. In my personal opinion, is one of your most biggest records. I remember the song "So Don't Sleep," man. That's my favorite joint off that record.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a good time in my life. I had fun doing that album. Me and my boy No Face, you know what I mean. We was in the studio damn near every day. At K. Lou's back in the early days, you know what I mean. That was a fun time. I had fun doing that record. I mean, that whole album actually.
And I gotta ask as well, pertaining to Heater Man, like, since it's been so long, do you think you might ever bring out a remastered release, like on vinyl or whatnot? Do you think you might actually bring it back out?
The Heater Man album is available right now on all the streaming platforms. You know what I mean, on the Spotify, Apple Music, on everything, and actually, and I got some vinyl coming out too for all my real supporters and all my real fans too.
And I got to say, I'm just going to say, for instance, man, that would actually sound phenomenal hearing the legendary Pizzo on some vinyl, man.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, that would.
And also, you actually had the opportunity to work alongside Little Jazz on his Game for Suckers album. I was wondering, how did yourself and Jazz get connected? And, of course, what was it like actually working on that project?
It's all connected, 707, 70 Savage, you know what I mean? Susun City, Fairfield, we all connected. It's a whole bunch of talent out there, you know what I'm saying, besides myself. We've been putting out good music from that era, you know what I mean, from that area. It's a lot of great talent coming out there, and it's a lot of people that came out a long time ago, like Freaky Fred, Skip Dog, Easy SD, but it's a lot of new people coming out of the Bay right now. I mean, not even just the Bay, but just around that area. You know what I mean? We still got No Face pushing, Ice Me's. You know what I'm saying? We got Q Ball. Bunch of people out there still pushing like right now. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody in the 70s that's still pushing right now.
And also, man, one of my other favorite collaborations that you did was you actually had the opportunity to work alongside Be Legit on the track Fully Heated. I was wondering, how did yourself and Be Legit get connected? And, of course, what was it like working with him?
Well, basically, the owner of AWOL was E40's first cousin. You see what I'm saying? So I was connected with all them way back in the day, too. People don't know. I used to be at their office in Fairfield when they be getting drunk and just hanging out, talking shit. You know what I mean? I was always the youngster around. You feel me? So I was always in Vallejo and Millersfield, all around. You know what I mean? With young Freddie Smith. You know what I'm saying? The owner of AWOL. So I've been connected with through a lot of channels. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I knew he already. You know what I'm saying? And then we connected that song through somebody that he knew that I knew. So it was just all connected and it just kind of just tied in at the right time.
And I gotta say as well, Be Legit is actually doing his damn thing still to this day. Do you actually think on one of your newest projects, yourself and Be Legit actually might team back up again?
Oh, I would love to. I would definitely love to. You know what I mean? Like within the last year, I really been getting back active and trying to, you know, put my relevance at a level to where it's, you know, current right now. So I'm pretty sure in the near future that we'll be able to connect and do some new music.
And also, you actually did the intro on Master P's West Coast Bad Boys High for Christmas record. I was wondering, how did yourself and No Limit get connected? And of course, what was it like actually working on that project?
It's another connection that I have. I went to school with St. Charles's daughter, XMG. You know what I'm saying? That's who pushed Master P at first. So we always used to hang out. I used to always be at the office over there with St. Charles and Larry D, the producer, and Master P used to come through there, and it was just, you know what I mean? And he actually offered to sign me, and you know, I thought, you know, I was on AWOL at the time, so you know, I was something that I didn't go after. I turned down, so So in turn, we ended up just doing that intro. You know what I mean? That was just something that we ended up doing because I didn't sign with him. You know what I mean? But it was still all love though. So I ended up doing that intro on that compilation that he was doing.
Hey, but you know what? At least he still showed you some love, you know, because some individuals they might get up in their feelings when someone tells them no, especially with signing. But you know, he still showed Pizzo some love and actually put you on the joint.
Off top. Salute to the Master P for sure.
And I have to ask you as well, for just pertaining to that topic, like after you turned down the deal, did you have any regrets and saying to yourself, "Man, I should have went with P"?
I mean, keeping it all 1,000. Of course, I've had one or two thoughts like, damn, what would have happened or what could have happened if I would have went that route after seeing the huge success that him and his team had. You know what I mean? Because I probably would have been right along with that. You know what I mean? But again, you know what I mean? My life would have been different. Whether it's been better or worse, we don't know. But you know, I definitely thought about that on more than one occasion.
Hey, but you know what? It just proves as well. It proved your loyalty as well to Sibo and the rest of the AWOL camp as well, man. So you know what? At the end of the day, it just proved how loyal Pizzo truly is.
Most definitely, off top, and I stand by that and I live by that to this day.
And also, as we already know, we got connected through Big V Entertainment. I was wondering, how did yourself and Marshall actually get connected?
Man, Big V been part of my whole entire career from the beginning. So through every stage, every record label, every venture. Only time we wasn't interacted is when he took a break and I was, my real life situations was affecting me. You know what I mean? But we reconnected at the right time. If anybody know me as an artist, it's Big V. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him for even connecting me and you together. So you feel me? So yeah, Big V has been an integral part of my career, and these are the best years coming ahead forward.
And I most definitely agree. Shout out to Marshall Tubbs, Big V Entertainment, a solid individual, and most definitely has a phenomenal roster of artists as well.
Yeah, we got a big roster right now. Old School Marvelous is part of the roster. We got Mac Ream, Big Twiz, off West Coast Offensive, Pimpin' Caprice, you know what I'm saying? Dirty Don, we got a bunch of we got an entire show already. We just need everything to open up, and we need a venue.
Hey, man, I most definitely agree, man. I really agree with that. So hopefully after COVID's over, we can get all you guys down here in Canada and have one big blowout, man. Because I think Canada really needs some Bay Area hip-hop down here, man.
That'd be dope.
And also, man, one of your in the past couple of years, man, you actually dropped one of my personal favorites out of your newer catalog, man. Is actually called "I Got That Work." I was wondering if you can tell our listeners a bit more about that project, and of course, where can we snag ourselves a copy today?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Well, right now, the link is in my bio on Instagram. It's streaming on all the platforms and all that. I got a few hard copies if somebody wanted to tap in on my Instagram, on my DM at PIZZOWCM. And that project was really like me trying to get back into the game. You know what I mean? That's when I had hooked up with my business partner, Javier, More Than Money Entertainment. And you know what I mean? We just made a few things happen and had a bunch of conversations and a bunch of visions and a bunch of goals. And here we are today. You know what I'm saying? We've been rocking ever since. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be back where I'm at without him right now. You feel me? So big shout out to Javier at More Than Money Entertainment. So yeah, so we pushing. You know what I'm saying? He enabled me to even get back relevant enough to even reconnect with Big V so we could push harder for 2021 and beyond. You know what I mean?
And
yeah, so that's how that came together. That was just a project that I had been sitting on, and when me and him connected, me and Javier, we decided to put that out and get me back out there. And here we are.
And I gotta say, man, that's a phenomenal project as well. And I was wondering, do you have any hard copies available for the old school listeners that really do still love that compact disc format?
Oh yeah, I do. They can tap in on my DM on Instagram or hit the email pizzobooking@gmail.com and we could definitely make that happen.
Hey man, most definitely, ladies and gentlemen. If you want a CD, you already know, man. Make sure you hit up the legendary Pizzo.
Yeah. Got a lot of new music coming too, a lot of collaborations with artists that I really, you know what I'm saying, like really believe in and feel like that they should be pushing along with me and whatever I'm doing and whatever opportunities and success I have, I want to bring them along with me. You know what I mean? Coming real soon. Young Thug Misses and Young Trav Murray. You know what I'm saying? And a couple out of town artists, Young Lolo from Denver. You know what I mean? They all going to be pushing along with what they doing with my movement. You know what I mean?
And also, man, I noticed as well that just a few days ago, you actually dropped your newest single, which is titled Hard For Me. I was wondering if you can tell our listeners a bit more about that, and of course, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy of that single today?
Today, you can only watch the video. So if you like the song and you feeling the song, just go to the YouTube and just put that video on repeat, and tell 7 of your friends to go put it on repeat as well. You know what I mean? But the song drops on Valentine's Day though. You know what I mean? So on Sunday, the song will be available on all platforms everywhere. But right now, if you feeling it and you fucking with that song, go watch that video on repeat.
Hey man, most definitely. And also, ladies and gentlemen, on Valentine's Day, make sure you actually put that song on constant repeat on Spotify.
Yeah, definitely. Add it to every playlist you got.
And most definitely, let's make it blow up, you know what I mean? Let's support the real and most definitely put some coin back in Pizzo's pocket.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to put out some good positive music and just, some feel good energy, good vibes type of music, you know what I mean? So I'm a little older, so, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to be a little bit more responsible and conscious about what I put out there in the universe and in the world, you know what I mean? So, I still got some street shit, don't get it twisted, but at the same time, I'm trying to, I just, we need more love in the world, you feel me?
I most definitely agree, man. I most definitely agree. Sometimes you just need to make that right song that everybody can relate to. Everybody can, really catch a vibe for.
Exactly. Everybody know about the street shit. Everybody know about everything else. So I'm just, keep trying to keep it on some positive vibes. You know what I mean?
And also, I gotta ask you, Pizzo, what is next for you, man? Is there anything I happened to miss during this interview? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still have you here live on 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM.
Man, I just want everybody to just go to my Instagram at Pizzo, PIZZOWCM. Click on the link in the bio. Watch all my videos. You know what I mean? Any songs that you might be feeling, go add them to your playlist and tell a friend about them so we can, run these numbers up and be able to rub shoulders and rub elbows with all these other people on all these other platforms because, we got music coming out the Bay, out the Sevens, Susoon, Fairfield, Solano County, stand up.
And also, Pizzo, this is the time in the interview, quickly before I wrap things up, that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves, just a chance to give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to, and also, if you can, your social media handles and websites. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated everything Pizzo, if they're not already doing so.
Oh yeah. Hit me on that IG, Pizzo, PIZZOWCM, Twitter, Pizzo_WCM. At YouTube, Pizzo Heaterman, Pizzo Heaterman Vivo. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. Any one of those, you can get at me. You know what I'm saying? And find out anything I got going on in all my current music and all my current videos.
Hey man, I gotta say quickly, Pizzo, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy evening and coming on the radio station. Like I said, man, I've been a fan for multiple years, and just thank you for making amazing music for so many years and helping so many individuals get through so many of their dark times, man. I'm looking forward to some of your newest projects in the future as well.
Oh yeah, y'all go check that Mia Asia video out too. Link is all in my bio, everything. She an artist from Sacramento, R&B artist I just did a collab with. Yeah, y'all go run them numbers up and go check that out too. I actually edited the video too.
Oh, nice. So you already know it's 100% Pizzo. I said I said that video is 100% Pizzo. You know what I mean? You're in the video. You actually put the video together, man. So you most definitely, it's Pizzo approved for sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Me and my boy Cobra on the cuts. We shot it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Cobra, the man, Cobra, that Cobra guy. You know what I mean? We shot it. I did the editing. You know what I mean? And I got a little verse on it too, though. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a good song, though. I want everybody to go check it out.
Hey, man, most definitely, everybody, run the numbers up. But I gotta say, Pizzo, thank you so much again for coming on the radio station, man. Hopefully down the line we can make this happen again, man.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me. And I definitely gonna link up again. Like I said, I got other artists, and I definitely want to bring them to your platform and give them this opportunity to talk with you and get you to know them and learn about them and their music as well.
Hey, man, most definitely. If you send them my way, we most definitely will make it happen. Thank you so much again, Pizzo.
That's a bet. You have a good night.
You as well, man. Thank you.
All right.